Hey gang, Chet here again because last week I got such great feedback from that last video I released on how to cure one of the top 13 reasons that dogs ignore your commands that I decided I would release another video today on the second reason dogs ignore commands. So that today we're going to show you how to fix the problem of dogs who ignore the leave it command, which is for a different reason altogether than in my last video. So that if you've got a dog who has a destructive chewing problem, or who you want to leave other people alone, or who you just need them to listen to you when you tell them to stay away from anything or anyone, you'll have a strategy for finally how to do so. But we're going to teach it in a very different way today, because what I've learned from experience is that sometimes people understand dog training principles better when I show how they are used on children. So, since yesterday was the first day that my youngest daughter, Everly, learned how to climb up on the kitchen chairs, a normally dreaded day in the lives of a young parent, and can now access the Play-Doh that her sisters like to play with on the top of our kitchen table, I thought I would show you how I take a dog training principle and use it on my 1.5-year-old to train her to stop eating the Play-Doh, in the hopes that it might help make the principles of how to train leave it and off limits more clear for how to train with your dog. So, without further ado, here's my daughter Everly's first training session on not eating Play-Doh.
What do you have? Yeah? Okay, sparkle snake. Almost went into the mouth. She stopped herself. Just going to kind of back off. See if I can kind of be half out of shot. See if she does this. She has a habit where she is going to want to, like any kid, put it in her mouth without even thinking about it.
Then, after about 30 more seconds, this happens. So watch what I do.
No. Give it out.
Eating.
Yeah. Nope. No, you don't get it yet. We don't get to eat it. As soon as you're calm. As soon as you're calm. Do you want to try again? Want to try? Okay, go try again. Watch your head. Okay, let's try again. No mouth, okay? Not in your mouth.
So did you catch all that I did there? First, I gave her an opportunity to fail, right? By putting the temptation nearby. Second, I set a line in the sand, meaning no Play-Doh in the mouth. There's no second chances. Play-Doh goes in the mouth, you're done. Off the table, and you don't get the Play-Doh. Third, I meant it, so I took it away the second the Play-Doh touched the mouth. Fourth, I was unemotional. Did you notice how I did not show anger towards her and protected her even from bonking her head while she was freaking out? She's upset enough, and anger does not help more here. I don't want to train resentment. I want it to be just about the behavior and not about a relationship. And while this doesn't quite have the effect here on day one, as she gets older and she learns that I have this pattern of giving her a fair way to get what she wants, she will be more trusting of my commands in the future instead of resentful of my authority as she ages. And the fifth thing I've done here is after she has calmed down, I really jump back in and I give her immediately another opportunity to fail by giving her her Play-Doh back. Now, watch this next part as it's super important. Everly gets frustrated for some reason and she needs my help in this little clip. So in this clip, watch how she reacts when I go to help her. Then watch what I do and listen to our little giggle reaction at the end shows you that I did it the right way.
Is it hard to get? Need help getting it? Can I help you? I'm not taking it. I'm not. Look. Look. There. By the way, right there, that's like the grab the collar game, where not every time do I come to you when you're holding Play-Doh is it a punishment. Sometimes it has to be helpful.
So when you are using a technique like this, where you're taking away something that they want, whether it's Play-Doh like I am here, or it's you're taking a pair of shoes away from your dog that he's chewing on, or it's something less tangible like taking away your dog's fun of play barking by calling him to you when he barks and then crating him, it's important to know that if you do not also teach your dog, or in my case my daughter, that not every time that I go to touch her Play-Doh is it going to be taken away, and I train that in the right way, your dog will simply think that when you come near, fun is over. And that is going to create disobedience and a dog who ignores that command. Where what you are actually doing is accidentally training them to ignore you, which is why so many dogs, and kids for that matter, ignore their parents and their owners. And it's only when you come near them and then do other things, besides take their beloved things away, that they are even capable of realizing, oh, it's not that Dad doesn't want me to have fun. It's just that I'm not supposed to do this one thing that one way Dad doesn't like. He lets me do it the other times. And without this piece, where they are allowed to interact with an off-limits object in a good and a bad way, they'll just never learn how to distinguish the difference between good and bad. And it is this consistent, supervised repetition where you constantly draw that line in the sand and then give them another opportunity to fail where they'll eventually get like this. And this is after about 30 minutes of playing Play-Doh and about 7 or 8 repetitions where Everly failed, where she finally starts to get what I'm trying to teach her.
Let's give her an opportunity to fail. Here's a piece. I'm not taking it. You want it? Yeah, and you put it in your cup. Good. Yay! Hard to clap with one hand holding Play-Doh, huh? Yeah. Knee slapping. There you go. Love you, Everly.
If we mix this together with this.
So see how excited she is as she's finally learning how to play right? So in summary, here's the steps. Number 1, you got to set up a scenario where you have supervised interactions with off-limits objects for your dog where there's an opportunity to fail. Number 2, you got to set an absolute line in the sand where you can step in and stop that wrong behavior the instant it happens, and you got to stop in every time it happens. You can't take any off, and you can't give warnings. Third, don't get over emotional. We are not trying to get the dog to obey out of fear of your repercussions. Instead, we're just trying to teach him the right thing to do, not to just do it in your presence. And fourth, give multiple opportunities to fail throughout a 20-minute time span of a training session. And when we train leave-it commands or we teach dogs off-limit boundaries, using this strategy and following these principles, that's how we get them to stop ignoring these types of commands in a way where the second we turn our backs, they aren't instantly disobeying the second they realize we aren't watching. Because we've given them enough freedom for them to know they can have what they want as long as they follow a couple of fair, simple rules. Now, if you'd like more examples of how to do this with your dog, including step-by-step videos and examples, there should be a link somewhere below this video if you're watching it on my website, or a link in the description if you're watching it on YouTube maybe, or some other video site, where you can find my complete program that goes into the other 11 reasons dogs disobey, along with step-by-step videos for how to overcome the issues with your dog. So go check out those videos now if that's something you need help with, and please, if you like this video, feel free to like it or share it with friends, and I will see you back here next time with another dog training secret to help you overcome another one of your dog's behavior problems. Until then, happy training.